Rock City Network's coming to you from the Grand Hyatt here in Melbourne. We've got a special interview for you. This is a pre-tour interview. Joining me, the boys from Juke Kartel back in town. How are we?
Benny, thanks for having us, mate. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah. Dale, how you doing, mate?
Good, mate. Good, yeah. Enjoying the Australian coffee.
Welcome back to the shit Melbourne weather.
Mate, it's actually pretty amazing. You know what? The air is actually really good to breathe.
I was reading one of your updates on Twitter or Facebook, and you said the air is quite clean. Is this why everyone's so happy?
I think we're just happy to be back home. I think we're excited about the tour, we're excited about a new record, and most importantly, we're excited to see you.
Oh, thanks, mate. It's, sometimes when we see each other, we don't really see each other because it gets a bit heavy, but today's a good one. This is pre-show. This is not post-show.
And it's still early. It's before midday.
It is before midday. It's a bit rough. I've never seen you guys drink coffee before and tea.
Well, I think this is going to be a different interview because every time you've spoken to us in the past, it's either been on like a red carpet kind of thing or it's been at the end of the night.
Yeah.
We've been drunk.
When we've been drunk, but we've come back to Australia with a fresh outlook, a fresh attitude, and basically we're here for 2.5 weeks to basically work our asses off. And if you throw questions at us, I think you're going to get some different answers.
Yeah. All right, we'll see.
Yeah.
You got off the top of my head 11 dates in like 13 days or something. You're pushing it there, and the interesting thing is you're doing the support for Slash's We're All Gonna Die tour. Obviously, you got 3 dates on that. Mm-hmm. But you're also throwing in your own album tour as well. You do see people do that, but more with a festival and their slideshows rather than supporting a headliner.
Well, we're kind of treating this as a festival because when Slash comes to town to Australia, the vibe is like a festival vibe. He is a one-man party. People party around him, but. How it all came about for us was we could only book our side shows if it sold out, and we knew it was going to sell out. So Slash's tour sold out, so we got the green light to be able to do our shows in between.
Okay.
And we're hoping that they in turn get popular from that, and just a really great tour for everyone. 2.5 weeks, then head back and then do it all in the States as well.
Yeah. Our American label, Carved Records, were sort of adamant that if we were going to come out here and do the Slash tour, that we should do our own tour and.
Well, that's
and then we kind of had to throw the album together really quick because it's got 6 old tracks from the Nowhere Left to Hide album from last year, but they've been remixed, and then 6 new tracks which were recorded just recently in LA. So we're kind of like, we could do a 6-track EP or we could just give the album that America's going to get, and I think that was the best option for us just for packaging and getting the whole message across with the new album. So that's released on August 20th, and we're excited, so we're going to promote it.
That's in conjunction with your Prince of Wales show, the album release on the 20th, yeah?
Yeah, it's
absolutely
a big one.
And that's the back end of the tour. You got, I think you've got 13th and 14th is Hard Rock and the Step In Brisbane.
We're up in Queensland getting the Brisbane shows. It's sort of after tomorrow night. It's just like show.
Yeah.
An album drops for the Melbourne team. It's on the 20th for the whole of Australia. The album release and coincides with the Prince. So that's going to be a huge show. Yeah. Then a bit of acoustic.
Yeah, that's at the Sandbelt, in Moorabbin when you come back.
Yeah. It is.
You know what? It's funny. Like we used to look at the Sandbelt as just the over 28s nightclub, and we're all 26, so it's kind of awkward for us, but.
We can't wait till we can go.
But when the Sandbelt came to us, they kind of messaged us on the webs, and they said, "Listen, we want you to play a show." And we're like, "Okay, cool." And it's a great room, so we're hoping to have a really good kind of farewell. We always do a farewell show of our hometown with an acoustic show because it's very intimate. So we hope to see you guys down there.
Now, how are you going to deal with going from the big crowds to the smaller crowds? In due respect to your shows, you're going from playing supporting Slash to 5,000 to going to smaller shows. You're going to see if you can carry that energy through to your shows, or are you going to bring it back to the smaller venues? How does that work?
Well, you know what, we've been in these situations before, and what usually happens is when we play at like a smaller venue, like 500 to 1,000. We play like we play at a stadium or something like that anyway. So that's the sort of feedback we always get. But I think we're used to it. We've done...
It's a good part of it, and that's why it's good, like Toby was saying about that acoustic farewell. If it's an acoustic sit-down, it's 300 people, great, we'll adapt to that that's an acoustic show. Yeah. If we're playing Festival Hall or Rod Laver or whatever, it's full on. We give... And if it's one of our shows, it's full on as well. It doesn't matter whether there's 500 or 5,000, you still give the people the same show.
I love the smaller gigs. They're more intimate anyway. Awesome, They're definitely more, can really get in their face. And
Yeah, and a bit of a pelvic thrust.
Yeah.
But we're hoping that after this release of the album and the songs hitting the airways, we're hoping that when we do return, which is we're kind of trying to work out maybe with the festival time this summer.
Yeah.
We're hoping that we do get to play the bigger rooms, as well as supporting a big band. We want to play, we want to play Princes all around the country, the 1,000-seaters if we can. So, as much as we love the smaller venues, it's the whole plan is to play the big ones.
Yeah, definitely. Now, let's talk quickly about Levolution. It doesn't come out here till August 20. There's some new sounds. Everything's new on this album, really, with the new tracks. How are you transferring those sounds live?
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, we actually put away a lot of the piano that we had in the last album, and it's all instruments. And Dale is investigating his guitar sounds really well, like using all the different effects and pedals, EBO and things like that. It's actually pretty easy to represent live. Okay. But the whole thing that we're really excited about with this album is the direction that we've gone in. Mm-hmm. It's more of a thinking man's music now. For us, it's more about who we are and where we've come from. Levolution is a word that we created, the meaning being understanding or the process of evolving to new levels. So with our new management, Jenna Barnes and Jen Littleton in the States, and our record label, they're constantly throwing challenges at us, and we've always had to rise to that next level. And it's just fitting that the album came out the way that it did, because every song has a message about evolution and about how you can adapt to those different situations and better yourself as a person. And we hope that this album gives people somewhere to come and listen and maybe get inspired by.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm inspired already.
And just to add to what Toby's saying too, is that with the album, the whole Levolution idea, I mean, we've been doing this for 10 or 12 years. We've known each other since we were teenagers. So the actual journey that we've been on together has been literally ups and downs, and we've been to the absolute pits and we've been to the absolute highs. And when, we all listen back to this album, we can literally see each sort of amazing experience that we've had over the last 10, 12 years. And every song on this album has got literally our blood, sweat and guts all over it, so it's like...
I think the new record way more captures where we're going. It's, like Toby said, we put away the pianos, but what we did do as well is we got an acoustic song because we love playing as well. So there's just one song that's totally stripped back. We're not playing to a click track. It's not all fancy. It's just bare bones in the studio, and that came across great. But that represents what we can do there. But then, the new songs like The Sign is, it's a really, it's a great song. It captures all the rock elements about it. But then there's like a song called Bullet Wearing Trademark Clothes, and, which is more leaning towards what we'd do on a Save Me or on My Baby, which was heavy. We've taken another step, and that's like really, people will hear that when it comes out next week, and they'll be like, wow, because people love the rock stuff we've done because our live show is really energetic. So getting anybody out there, Bullet Wearing Trademark Clothes, though, really good heavy rock songs as well. And with the old, the songs we did last year, it's more of a complete album for us.
Yeah.
It's like we really went, okay, bang, this is our sound, this is what we want to do, and I think we've done that on this album. We're proud of everything. When we're not looking at the album cover going, oh geez, I wish we wouldn't have done that photo. You know what I mean? We're looking at the album cover now going, well, we've got that album cover, and I think we're at a different, the Levolution concept, we're at a different level now. And that's nothing to do with it's purely to do with the way we see ourselves and what we're trying to do. And it's, if we've got to be the ones that play the songs, we're the ones that got to write the songs, we've got to sell that message to people, not stand there and look cool. And, this is, like Tommy said, blood, sweat and tears. And hopefully people listen to the new record and they're like, hopefully we're doing everything that we've, always wanted to do and people have always thought we could do. Hopefully we've done that now. But I mean, people that listen to it, they're going to be the judge of that. We're proud of it and we think it's great.
Yeah. And the feedback we've got also just from people that have got the idea of the album and the way it's sort of coming across, the feedback we've already got is phenomenal. So we're just like getting ready, jumping on the train, and I don't think the train is express to somewhere. To I don't know, but
to 11.
11.
Well, I think as much as we're doing it for ourselves, I think that what we wanted to do is to have people jump on it and and take something away from it.
Yeah.
You know, we've always been like a band that kind of reaches out to a lot of people. We're very much open to answering emails, answering questions, being present when people need to have a chat. And we think that honestly, with this music, that we want people to walk away, take something from it, you know.
Yeah.
And we just can't wait to offer it, you know. And it's not just about us feeling proud about a great album. It's about, you know, helping if we can, helping people, and finding that kid who picks up an album and gets excited like you did. What was your first album you bought when you were a little kid?
Oh, I don't remember the first album I bought.
Would it be vinyl or something
First
like
album
that?
I was given was Poison's 1988 Open Up.
Yeah. Don't worry, mate. I was a massive Poison fan when I was growing up.
Thank God 2 of us are going to be getting totally embarrassed out of this interview.
Yeah, but that's what we want. We want people to lift that album up and feel excited about buying albums. It's with this this day and age, it's the excitement of buying albums is kind of like it's all singles, and we've got a complete album that tells a story from the first song to the last song, and we hope that people get that.
Yeah, it's a very old school approach. A lot of older artists do that. Obviously, first one that comes to my mind is AC/DC. They always say that in their interviews is that it's not a single release, it's an album release, and it tells a story from start to finish.
Yeah.
And it sounds like the live show is going to be really exciting because you've always been about really intense live shows and stuff I've seen in Australia, and then the Viper Room show, last year in
You got
March.
on stage with us, mate. You got on the stage.
We dragged you up. You sort of didn't have a choice, and you're like, oh, my knee and this and that. There's always a story.
But it's good. It's good.
You're coming to the Prince, mate. Maybe we can drag you up on there.
We'll see. I was very drunk at the Viper Room, but that was the first time in 5 weeks I'd had a drink, so I was pretty excited.
Yeah, mate.
But no, it'll be good to see the live show because it looks like you guys are going to tell a story and take everyone on a journey, and it's really appreciate your time.
Thank you, mate.
Welcome back to Melbourne. I can't wait for you guys to get on this tour and show everybody what you got now, what you've come back with, and if you want to join the journey of Juke Kartel in Australia. You can't get to the Slash shows unless you
already have tickets.
Unless you already have tickets. But if you want to jump onto the Juke Kartel National Tour and support a Levolution, you can go to allthews.jukekartel.com, or you can go to allthews.myspace.com/Juke Kartel.
Beautiful.
And we'll come down, possibly see you guys at the Prince.
Done and done.
Easy.
And enjoy it, and enjoy the rest of the day going out there and plugging the album, and keep those smiles on your faces.
Oh, just happy to be home, mate.
Thanks, Benny.
Thanks, Benny.
It's Juke Kartel here back in Melbourne on the Levolution tour, and also supporting Slash for his We're All Gonna Die tour. We'll talk to you soon here at Rock City Networks.